Ever wondered why men love raising your legs in bed? It's not random, it's not just physical, it's a doorway into something much deeper. Because when he does it, it's not only about pleasure, it's about control, closeness, and chemistry that goes beyond the surface. When a man lifts your legs, he's creating a dynamic that's primal. It makes him feel powerful, and it makes you feel desired. This taps into ancient instincts where power and surrender meet, and the result is electricity. That's why it lingers in your mind. It's not just the act, it's the emotion behind it. He's saying without words, "You're mine, and I choose you." That's why those moments feel unforgettable. And when trust is there, the connection becomes unstoppable. If you want to understand these hidden dynamics that make men crave you on a deeper level, stay with me, because the secret isn't just in the body, it's in the psychology that keeps him hooked. Men start heating up in the bedroom that can leave you asking yourself why exactly he did that. One of the most common and obvious ones is this: when things start heating up, when the chemistry is overflowing, he suddenly takes your legs and lifts them up. Sometimes he raises them high over his shoulders, other times he just angles them upward. Either way, it's deliberate. And if you've been in that moment, you know it changes the entire energy. Men don't always stop to explain why they do this, but make no mistake, it's not random, and it's definitely not without meaning. When a man raises your legs, he's speaking a language without using words. He's triggering something in both himself and you. He's increasing the pleasure, intensifying the rhythm, and creating a dynamic that makes the whole experience unforgettable. In intimacy, it's often the small actions, the way he touches your hips, the way he shifts the pace, or the way he positions your body that completely changes how it feels. Raising your legs is one of those actions. It's primal, it's purposeful, and it unlocks something in both of you that takes things from normal to magnetic. That's why I'm going to break it down for you. The reasons why men instinctively raise your legs during intimacy. By the end, you'll understand not only the physical part, but also the psychology behind it, why it excites him, why it heightens your pleasure, and why it makes the bond between you hard to forget. Because once you truly understand this, you'll never see it the same way again. When a man lifts your legs, one of the main reasons is access and intensity. This isn't about simple convenience. It's about creating a whole new level of closeness and sensation. When your legs are raised, the angle shifts completely. Suddenly, he's able to reach deeper, sharper, more consuming places. It's like turning on a switch. The rhythm of the moment changes, and it becomes less about motion and more about a rush of energy flowing between you both. Men are physical, but they're also instinctive. He's not calculating in his head, if I raise her legs, the depth increases by 20%. No, it's not logical like that. It's primal. His body is responding to you, seeking the angle that makes both of you feel more. And when he senses that shift, when he feels the rise in intensity, it pulls him deeper into the moment. Because in his mind, what matters most isn't only his own pleasure. It's the spark he sees in you when your body reacts. That arch of your back, the sudden gasp, the tightening. These are the signs that tell him, this is working. This is powerful. This is where we should be. For you, that intensity can be overwhelming in the most thrilling way. The angle created when your legs are lifted brings more friction, more closeness, and more heat. You might notice pressure in places that normally don't feel the same. It's like every nerve wakes up, more alive, more alert, more engaged. That's the beauty of this act. It's not just about body positioning, it's about shifting sensation in a way that makes the entire moment feel amplified. There's also something deeper happening in the mind. When he lifts your legs, he's taking control of the moment. Without words, he's saying, I want all of you, and I want this to be intense. That intensity isn't accidental. Even if he doesn't think about it consciously, it's deliberate. He isn't satisfied with just closeness. He wants to pull you further into the experience. That hunger is magnetic because it shows his desire is all in, not halfway. And whether you realize it or not, that sparks an emotional reaction in you as well. When a man shows through his actions that he wants every part of you, it makes you feel chosen, wanted, and completely absorbed. Let's not forget about the closeness that comes from this position. When your legs are lifted, your bodies fit together differently. The contact of skin is tighter, the movements are sharper, and the energy feels locked in. It's almost like he closes the space between you until nothing exists except heat. And that kind of closeness is powerful. It blurs the line between where he ends and where you begin. That's what builds passion that stays with you even after it's over. Because in those moments, you weren't just physically together, you were fully intertwined. So when we talk about access and intensity, it's not only about the physical body, it's about the rhythm, the energy, and the surrender. Raising your legs gives him a way to give more, feel more, and pull you into a deeper level of connection. Once you've experienced that, it's difficult to settle for less, because now you know what it feels like when passion doesn't just happen, but instead takes over and consumes both of you, turning the moment into something unforgettable. Another reason men lift your legs is because it sparks their desire in a way that's undeniable. Men are visual, and they react constantly to what they see, what they feel, and how those two combine. When your legs are raised, it creates an image that feels both vulnerable and deeply inviting. It's not just a physical stance. It's a picture that stirs something inside him, something primal. It's the mix of openness and femininity that flips a switch in his mind, making him crave you even more. Desire is not only about physical touch. It's also about the unspoken messages your body sends. When your legs are lifted, it signals surrender. It signals passion. It signals that you're letting him in, not just physically but emotionally. For a man, that's intoxicating. What excites him isn't only the act itself, but the sense that you're completely invested in it. That moment becomes more than just movement, it becomes a shared experience of energy. When he sees that picture and feels that energy, it drives him to give even more. It's not only the surrender that draws him in, it's the contrast. There's a dual feeling here. It's soft and feminine on one side, yet bold and fiery on the other. That mix of innocence and rawness is something men find hard to resist. It taps into his deepest fantasies of being both wanted and in control. Your raised legs are a silent invitation. And in that moment, he's not only thinking of himself, he's thinking, she wants me. She's mine right now. That thought becomes a spark, and once it's lit, his desire only climbs higher. And let's be clear, this isn't just about how you look. It's also about how you react. When a man lifts your legs and sees the change in your expression, the way your breathing speeds up, the little sounds that slip out, every single one of those things adds to what he's already feeling. It's like pouring fuel on fire. He isn't only excited by what he sees, but by what he's causing you to feel. For a man, that's the strongest trigger of all. Knowing his actions are making you lose control. That's the moment where raw attraction turns into something intoxicating. Another layer to this is how it touches his ego in a healthy way. Men, just like women, want to feel desired. And when he lifts your legs, it's not only for the physical side, it's also about showing you off to himself in a way that makes him feel like he has every part of you. That feeds his sense of masculinity, the feeling of being the one who unlocks that side of you. The more he feels that, the more invested he becomes in the moment. Because for him, it isn't only about taking pleasure, it's about being the reason you're experiencing it so deeply. Here's the deeper truth. When a man sees you with your legs raised, what he feels isn't just desire, it's permission. Permission to let go, to give himself fully, to cross the line between control and surrender. It pulls at his desire because it tells him he's not alone in the intensity. You're there with him, feeding it, matching it, amplifying it. That's why this act feels so magnetic. It's not really about the angle or the mechanics, it's about the silent message it sends. I want this too. So when we say this simple shift triggers his desire, it's much bigger than body language. It's about the image, the energy, and the silent approval it represents. It wakes him up, it drives him, and it makes him crave not only your body, but also the emotional rush of knowing you're fully in the moment with him. That, more than anything, is why he can't resist it. Most women don't realize that when a man lifts your legs, it isn't only for his own benefit, it's for yours. This move is one of the most powerful ways to heighten your pleasure because it changes how your body receives him. The angle feels different. The depth feels different. The sensations are amplified in ways you may not have expected. What's fascinating is that men often do this without planning. They might not have studied anatomy, but their bodies learn from your reactions. They notice when you gasp, when your breath catches, when you arch into them. They read the tiny signals you send, and those signals tell them, this is it. This is the move that melts her. When your legs are raised, it opens you in a way that makes the connection sharper, more targeted, and more consuming. Suddenly, areas that usually aren't as sensitive are lit up with new feelings. It's not just physical, it's chemical. Your body releases waves of feel-good hormones, building more intensity that spreads through you. That's why you may find yourself reacting more uncontrollably in this position. It's not weakness, it's biology. Your body is built to experience more, and raising your legs unlocks that hidden potential. And here's the truth, your responses fuel him. The more he sees you letting go in the moment, the more invested he becomes in making it even better for you. A man's deepest excitement is often not just his own release, but yours. He wants to know he can take you to a place you can't reach on your own. He wants to see that look in your eyes that says, "You've got me completely." Lifting your legs is one of the most direct ways to make that happen, because it creates the perfect physical setup for maximum pleasure and the emotional space for total surrender. There's also something freeing about how it makes you feel. When your legs are up, you don't need to control the pace. You don't have to think about angles. You can let go, surrender, and focus only on the sensations racing through your body. That surrender is freeing, and strangely it makes you even more powerful in his eyes. Because nothing is more magnetic to a man than a woman who is fully lost in her pleasure. It's raw, it's real, it's unfiltered, and that authenticity is irresistible. On top of that, this move builds closeness. When he lifts your legs, he isn't creating distance, he's closing the space. His body comes closer. His movements feel deeper. His presence feels heavier. That closeness multiplies your pleasure, not only physically, but emotionally. Because in that moment, it doesn't feel like two separate bodies moving. It feels like one shared experience, one rhythm, one flame burning between you. And that's what makes it unforgettable. So remember this, when he raises your legs, he isn't just thinking of himself. He's actually giving you something, whether he realizes it or not. He's putting you in a position that magnifies your sensations, that heightens your reactions, that makes your body come alive. And when you respond, when the gasps, moans, and movements flow freely, you create a feedback loop that lifts both of you higher. That's why this move is so much more than mechanics. It's an amplifier. It multiplies every ounce of pleasure until you both feel consumed by it. Another reason men raise your legs is because of the power dynamic it creates. This isn't only physical, it's deeply psychological. When he takes hold of your legs and lifts them, he's stepping into control in that moment. Without saying anything, he's telling you, I'm leading this. I'm guiding where this goes. And whether you realize it or not, that wave of dominance sparks something inside both of you. For him, it's the thrill of being the one who directs the moment. For you, it's the intoxicating rush of surrendering to it. Now, here's what matters. Power in intimacy doesn't mean one person wins and the other loses. It's not about being unequal. It's about energy. When a man lifts your legs, he steps into his masculine role in the most primal sense. leading, directing, setting the pace. But here's the secret. It only works because you allow it. You're the one giving him that role in the moment, and in return you feel the freedom of not needing to be in control. That's what makes it magnetic. It's not forced, it's chosen. And that choice to surrender is what makes the passion so real. For men, this dynamic is incredibly arousing. The act of lifting your legs becomes a symbol of him taking charge. It strengthens his sense of masculinity, his feeling of being the one providing pleasure, the one steering the experience. That gives him confidence, and confidence is attractive. It makes him move with more intent, more depth, and more certainty, because he feels like he's leading the dance. For you, being led in this way makes everything stronger. It strips away the need to think, to control, to plan. Instead, you get to fully dive into the sensations, the closeness, the fire of the moment. There's something very primal in this kind of connection. Human beings have always been wired to respond to signals of dominance, surrender, and closeness. When he takes control of your body in that way, it awakens instincts that go back thousands of years. His desire to claim and your desire to be chosen come alive at the same time. And when those instincts awaken, the connection between you feels electric. It stops being just physical. It feels raw, unstoppable, and almost addictive. That's why the memory of those moments doesn't fade quickly, because it's not only about the move itself, it's about the energy of power and surrender flowing between you. But there's also an emotional side. This kind of exchange creates trust. When he lifts your legs, he's asking you to let go, to be open, to allow him to lead. And when you allow it, you're saying without words, I trust you. I trust you to take me where I want to go. That silent message builds closeness at a deeper level. It strengthens the bond, because when passion is mixed with trust, it becomes the most powerful combination. Here's what makes it even more interesting. Intimacy and power aren't one-sided. Yes, he may be the one guiding in that moment, but your choice to surrender is just as strong. The truth is, without your willingness, his control would mean nothing. You're not weak in that moment. You're strong because you're choosing to give in. That balance, his leadership, your openness, is what makes the energy between you feel so intense. It's like a dance of opposites. And that dance is what creates passion. You can't forget. So when a man lifts your legs, it's not only a small physical adjustment. It's a declaration of desire, a show of control, and an invitation for you to release yourself into the moment. It creates a balance where both power and surrender meet, and that's what makes the connection magnetic. That exchange is what turns ordinary closeness into an experience you want again and again. At the deepest level, when he lifts your legs, it's not only about positions or angles, it's about drawing near. In that moment, he isn't only looking for pleasure, he's seeking closeness. He's pulling you into his frame, aligning your bodies, locking your energies together. That move, as simple as it looks, is his way of saying, I want you closer. I want to go deeper with you. And that's what makes it feel so powerful. It's not just the position itself, it's what it represents. Intimacy, turned to its highest level. Notice how your bodies shift. With your legs raised, he leans closer. His chest presses against yours. His hands hold you with more focus. His eyes stay fixed on you. That whole action removes space between you. It's not about him staying distant. It's about him surrounding you fully, letting himself be completely in that moment with you. And you can feel the difference, not just in your body, but in your space, your energy, your very breath. That's what makes it unforgettable. Many women don't realize this, but men also crave closeness. They just show it differently. For many, lifting your legs is their way of creating that nearness. It's their way of keeping you in a space where nothing else matters but the two of you. He doesn't have to say it out loud. His actions are speaking. I want every part of you. I don't want even an inch of distance between us. That's where the intensity comes from, because in that moment, He's blending physical passion with emotional closeness. Purely physical intimacy is easy to forget, but intimacy that creates a real bond stays with you. When your legs are raised and that space between you disappears, he can look into your eyes, feel your every reaction, and move with your rhythm in a way that almost feels spiritual. That's why this move makes such a lasting impact. It's not only about the body's pleasure, it's about the shared fire burning at the same strength at the same time. There's also deep vulnerability in this. When you let him raise your legs, you're showing him more of yourself. You're trusting him, letting him lead you to a place only he can take you. For a man, that kind of trust is powerful. It tells him you're not holding back, you're not guarded, you're giving yourself fully. That level of openness strengthens the connection because vulnerability is the base of intimacy. And when passion mixes with vulnerability, it creates a kind of chemistry you can't repeat anywhere else. And then there's the after feeling. When a man lifts your legs and you lose yourself in that closeness, it's not just the act you remember. You remember the bond, the way you felt safe, the way you felt wanted. That memory stays because it's not only about satisfaction of the body, it's about the emotional mark it leaves. It's about knowing that for those moments you were completely his and he was completely yours. So next time he lifts your legs, don't see it as only a position shift or a way to increase pleasure. See it as a physical act with emotional meaning. It's his way of removing all space between you, pulling you deeper into the experience, saying without words, right now, it's just us. And when you let yourself feel that, when you accept both the physical and emotional sides, the whole experience changes. Because in the end, positions and moves fade, but the connection is what lasts. That's what makes the passion stay in your mind. So to bring this back, when a man lifts your legs during intimacy, it's not just about mechanics. It's about intensity, it's about emotional triggers, it's about raising the pleasure, it's about the mix of power and surrender that makes passion unforgettable. But above all, it's about connection. This single action blends all of these layers into one. It becomes a moment where the chemistry between you is impossible to deny. It's his way of saying, I want more than just closeness. I want all of you. I want to be deeper, tighter, fully joined with you. And once you understand the meaning behind this, you stop seeing it as a simple position. You start seeing it as a kind of language, his body speaking to yours, his desire shown without words. And when you let yourself flow with that, when you answer it with openness and passion, you transform an ordinary moment into something unforgettable, something he'll keep thinking about long after it's over. So here's my challenge to you. Don't just listen, feel it. The next time he lifts your legs, let yourself fully enter the moment. Feel the closeness, the intensity, the connection. Let it remind you that intimacy is not about performance. It's about passion, trust, and energy shared at the highest level. And if this spoke to you, share your thoughts, pass this message on, and stay connected. Because there's more to learn about the hidden sides of male desire and closeness. And trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next. What makes all of this even more meaningful is the psychology behind it. Attraction isn't just about what you see or touch, it's about what you feel inside when certain signals are exchanged. The act of lifting your legs may look small on the outside, but inside it's creating a storm of emotions. It's telling your brain and heart that you're being claimed, that you're being wanted completely. That message is powerful, and it's why this moment feels unforgettable. Think about how people fall in love. It's never because of one big thing, but because of little actions that carry deep meaning. A glance, a touch, a word at the right time. Raising your legs during intimacy is one of those small acts that carries big weight. It tells you without words that he wants more than the surface. He wants depth. He wants to merge his world with yours for those moments. And let's not ignore the balance of power here. So many think that when he leads, the woman loses power. But the truth is the opposite. You have the final choice. You can choose to resist or you can choose to let go. And when you choose to surrender, it's not weakness, it's strength. Because giving yourself fully requires courage, it requires trust, and that choice makes the connection feel even more intense. This is why intimacy done with trust is addictive. It's not just the body enjoying pleasure, it's the heart and mind getting hooked on safety, closeness, and passion, all rolled into one. That's why you replay those moments in your mind long after they're over, because they left a mark on you, not a scar, but an imprint of closeness.